What's up, Green Up Academy podcast listeners? Alex Kirby here, and today I've got a treat for you. I've got twin brothers, Brad and Jack Freeman, who live in Greenville, South Carolina. If you guys don't know, it's a kind of booming, popping city in our state. And I've known these guys since they were 12 years old, and now they're 18. They've got a $750,000 revenue business. They've got 3 crews. They're just about to graduate high school. It's pretty incredible what they've done, and they learned it all from YouTube and people in their area. So I want you to see what it's like talking to 2 Gen Zers who are not like the Gen Zers that we all see online on Fox News, CNN, and all the stuff. They are very sharp, very grounded, and I think you can learn a lot, if not information from them, because maybe you feel like, what can I learn from 2 18-year-old business owners? You can learn a lot about this generation through them. So you guys are going to enjoy this conversation. It was very, very fun, very good. One of my favorites, actually. So y'all check it out. Make sure you leave us a review anywhere you listen to your podcast, and let's enjoy.
Welcome to the Green Up Academy podcast with Alex Kirby, where we focus on helping you level up your green industry business. Whether it's marketing, finance, employees, or strategy, we talk about everything on this show to help you apply it to your business and change your family and company's future for decades to come. Here's your host, Alex Kirby.
I have a cool idea for a product for Corey.
Okay.
And I've tried to talk to him about it like 2 years ago. You got the timer. And you know how when you're, I think it's a great idea. Tell me what you think. Be honest.
All right.
Okay. When you're out like mowing a property and you're like 300 feet from the trailer, and you're like, crap, I left my water, left my string or whatever.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool to have a landscaper's tool belt?
Yeah.
Where you had like 6 things on it. You had your water, your extra string, one shot of oil, like mixed oil in case you run out of gas. Like, all right, I'll just fill this up till I have to get back to the truck.
Yeah. I think that'd be
Dude, I would wear it all the time.
Oh, for sure. Especially like for your property. Like
Exactly.
could you imagine,
like walking around here.
Imagine
is
getting in
the
the back and your weed eater runs out of gas.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
God.
What else would you put on it? Those are the 3 main ones. Let's say you had 6 slots. Like a knife.
Yeah, definitely a knife.
What else do you need like that could go wrong? Like a spring for a weed eater coil?
Yeah, like the
little spring
the
thing?
springs.
I'm trying to think what else.
It's a great idea.
What's for a mower? Like I don't know.
Like a Band-Aid or tape or something.
I was gonna say
just
like
anything for
You always need tape.
I know.
You always need tape.
like something just like fix something. So like duct tape, like something small.
I don't know. But it's like 6 items is what I was thinking.
Yeah,
for sure.
You put like 4 on the back and 2 on the sides.
Yeah.
And that way
You can still
still got plenty
it's
of
not
room.
like
I want to do it. I hope I'm gonna shout out Corey. Hopefully,
I say. Well, I came up with
take my idea.
the whole. You know, like the little dump. Have you seen the little dump carts on the front of the mowers?
And the mulch mate stuff.
Yeah, but like without the wheel, like I think that's what mega attachments.
Mega attachment.
Okay, well,
We made one of those like forever
like
ago.
2017. We're talking like I had my 2018, I guess, because we just bought a Skag, and I put like we took apart like one of those like rolly like behind the lawn tractor carts, and we like could configure this thing on the front of here, and then like had it dump on the front of the V rod, and like we used it for like a year. It milled out wood. We never had it like manufactured or anything, and then like a year later, these people start selling it for like $1,200.
Feels like that's always how it goes.
It's like dang! Like if all I had to do was
Now, what I do want to understand is we've talked several years ago.
Yeah.
Was social media the reason why you guys started doing lawns? Because like that is the cool thing about social media is it gives people ideas on what they can do. Where like where I grew up. So for context, you guys are 18 now?
yeah, we're 18.
Okay, I'm about to be 32.
Okay.
So I grew up, I literally had the first iPhone. So
Yeah.
my generation, just like this is very important people understand, for you guys to understand. When I was in 7th, 8th grade was the first phone that I could text people. That's how like I remember being that first person.
Yeah.
So I don't remember YouTube until college. So that's like 2012.
Yeah.
So you didn't discover things to like be of interest. Like when your parents asked you, hey, what do you want to do when you're in college? It was like what you saw from your dad or something.
Yeah.
Or like, well, I'm good at this, I'll do this. It wasn't like, well, let me think about it and look at YouTube and see what I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figure out
So
what's
what made you because you guys really started your business at 12, right?
10. Yeah.
10.
But the one where you were like making some like
Yeah, 12
Real
was
money.
like real money. Yeah.
12 was like
yeah,
real money.
like
Yeah.
like $1,000 or more a month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like about 12.
What made you start doing that? Like, I really want to understand that.
It was a kind of a mixture of just being like we'd always wanted to do it.
Why?
Because really just because we wanted to make money. And
Why?
my dad always told us that we should just mow grass. And
Why did you want to make money at 10? Because that's not
'Cause
normal.
I don't know. It might just be because money's always motivated us. And like, I mean, there's pictures of us like when we were 2-3 years old, dressed up for Halloween, like in lawn care.
Like we dressed up as
So like, I
lawn
think
care
it was
people.
something that always is like we wanted to work outside.
You're 3 years old.
Yeah, and I have
Yeah,
the picture on my
so
phone. So
I have
I'll have to show
You
it to
send
you.
to producer Mac, and we're gonna pop it on the video.
I get it for you.
Yeah,
But
so
yes.
like that was like
the
I feel like it's
greatest.
always been like that. And then YouTube was definitely
Because
like,
Dad like was mowing the grass. Like,
I mean he
what was
would
the
mow
genesis?
like he would mow like our yard and we'd have like these little
you're like,
bubble
this is awesome,
yeah, we'd have
Dad.
like bubble push mowers. Like you
Okay.
push it and you got the
Alright.
little
we
bubbles
would follow them around
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
like plastic
I mean,
weed eaters and that,
there's
like we were
pictures
weed
of me
eating
with
the
like
fence
like
line.
little
That's
like
so
like
cool.
you know like those chemist goggles like the blue ones, and like had like a blower like a toy weed eater in my
my
hand.
son the other night. My son's almost 3, so
Yeah.
about this age.
Yeah.
And he went to bed with goggles on.
Yeah.
He's
So,
like, sleep with goggles anyway.
It's like it always like I feel like it always been something that we like
Just
had a
liked
passion for, and then I think YouTube was like a huge help, like starting to like do more and more research on it. It was like, hey, maybe this can actually be something.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of just
That's why
grown.
YouTube's so cool.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because it gives you real, like, you have an idea. Where I grew up and I had an idea, but there was no like feet for it.
Yeah.
YouTube and social media goes, wait a second, this is like legit. And then you can show your parents. Like, imagine my generation having to try to explain to your
Explain to them.
parents
like
an idea.
Yeah.
They're like, that's never happened before.
Yeah.
And there was no way
now
to prove it.
Now you can be like, hey, look, like,
Yeah,
somebody's done it.
exactly.
So we kind of just like
So cool.
we kind of just started watching stuff. I mean, we used to save up gift cards at like Academy Sports. Me and him would save them for, and then we went and bought a paddle boat. We spent like $450 in gift cards on a paddle boat, and we were what 10?
Yeah.
maybe.
Wow.
And so like we just were like, okay, we're saving things
Yeah.
and buying cool things. Let's just keep saving things and buying cool things. So I mean, that's just something we've always done. Is like,
Well, shout out to Dad too, right? Because
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
as I've met your dad a few times.
Yeah.
To have a father and your mom, but to have a dad who would drive you.
oh yeah,
So explain that a little bit.
So when we were
Yeah,
So,
were
like,
you just
10
hitting the neighborhood?
so like 10 to 11, it was kind of just like a few yards in the neighborhood.
You just
12
push it yourself?
Yeah.
Like,
and
was
it-
Dad letting you use high-powered equipment by
so
yourself?
we had yes. So we had my dad grew up with like I mean his dad owned a grading company. They kind of did like he drove a car home from Virginia when he was what
12.
12. So like I mean it's kind of been like that. And my mom's the total opposite. She
She's
grew up in
afraid all the time?
Oh, always. And so like he let us push mow yards with like straight up push mowers at 10 years old, weed eaters, blowers, you name it.
I mean, he would have to help. He like
Sure.
showed us how to edge and
Sure.
everything, and like
But
you know,
once we figured it out, I mean we understood it and we
'Cause
handled
most
it.
10-year-olds are playing with Pokemon cards.
Correct.
yeah.
You guys are playing with edgers.
And then so
Yes.
like as it got older,
Pretty
like
fun.
12, I mean I think at like 11, he ended up buying like a John Deere lawn tractor for our yard and let us start using that. So I mean you can imagine the
So-
mower was bigger than we were, and we're out here like carrying stuff around and going
We
to
put
mow.
my neighbor.
I taught my
neighbor
daughter
had
how to use a zero turn the other day. She's 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can do it all by herself.
Yeah.
No blades on. but-
Yeah.
We took we had my neighbor, I guess, had a like smaller like trailer. It was probably like a
It was like an 8-foot long trailer and maybe 4 foot wide. I didn't think it was tiny.
See, I was hoping you guys had like done the bike thing where you had a bike and you had like
See,
a
that
push
was
mower. I
we
would've loved
graduated
it.
from that. Like that's we put like our bubble mowers in that. So
Okay.
like there's
when
like,
we were in our like when
like
we
the
started.
training wheels that helped us like stabilize the bike. So we knew that we weren't gonna fall over. So we had
I mean,
like
there's
little,
pictures of us hooking wagons to bikes, like the age of 6.
I want to see you like going in the neighborhood at 12 with like pulling your little bike setup with a push
yeah.
mower and a weed
Yeah.
eater. That's what I'm saying.
We graduated from that.
I've seen
So
like
we were-
New York City people do
Yeah,
that.
it's
That's what's
insane.
up.
So at 12 we started finally like getting like real customers
Yeah.
and like that's kind of when my dad's had to start driving us around like on the weekends because we had like a lot of stuff in our neighborhood and then somebody's mom like one of our customers' mom moved into town but they lived 12 minutes down the road and they wanted their yard cut. So
We went to their
We
neighborhood.
went to their neighborhood.
and then we picked up like 4 yards in there. So we cut everything in our neighborhood during the week, and on Saturdays we went over there.
and it just kind of grew and grew and grew. I mean, it got to a point where, I mean, my little brother plays sports too. So like, my dad ended up having to go do other stuff. So we would like, I mean, we hired the baseball coach who's now the athletic director at my high school to drive us around one day.
I remember
'cause we
you
couldn't.
saying that to me a couple years ago that you like had a driver basically.
Yeah, we had to
Yeah.
like pay a driver.
I
Like
was
my
like,
grandma.
when we were I guess when we had our permits when we were like 15 or so, my grandma, she would ride. We had some.
Sure, she did.
She would ride with us.
Yeah.
I'm saying all the far properties. She would ride, and then she would just walk around the neighborhood while we worked.
Let's be honest. At what age did you guys illegally drive to mow your first lawn? 14.
Oh, probably 14. Yeah.
Easily.
At least 14.
Yeah, we went to the neighborhood next door at 14 for sure.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Imagine the cops, dude. They'd be like, "What are you guys doing out here?" "We're mowing grass, sir. We're here mowing lawns."
Yeah, with like a tiny trailer.
So
and then
funny.
finally, like once we started driving,
How can you arrest cute kids like that?
Yeah, it kind of took off fairly quickly, and now.
Well, and now, okay, let's save so now you're 18. You got done with high school a semester early. You're about to walk though with your friends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna do the walk thing,
Yep.
as you should.
Yep.
Yeah.
But now it's full go, and you've got 6 people, 3 crews,
Yep.
and revenue expected. What's monthly revenue right now?
We do like high months. We'll do about 100,000. So this month,
No, give me your average.
average is about
50.
80.
You're gonna do 80 MMR monthly revenue.
Yeah,
Okay.
just because a lot of our
So
a
you're
lot
gonna
of
do
our
700 this year.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's at least 700.
At least 700K
Yeah.
in revenue.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Okay, we're gonna start off with the big bopper. What the heck are you guys thinking financing all those mowers?
Really, honestly, that we know like with
How
the
many?
contracts.
Tell the audience how many you did.
So
I saw the picture.
So we bought
I saw the
5
picture.
right standards. There's 1 standard B
5 right
and
standards.
4 of the new LGs, which we love.
Wait, you bought 9 mowers?
No, we bought 5.
five.
4
5.
LGs and 1 standard B.
And how much was the average ticket on those? 15 grand a piece.
I
They
think
were less
the-
than that. We got
total-
so we could have bought 3 and kept our 2 Skags.
Yeah.
But to get the 20% off on all of them,
We need
20% off.
yeah, to buy 5 you get
Buy
20% off.
So the-
That's why
the
we got
total-
It's like
5.
getting 1 mower for free.
Yeah. So the total invoice came out to like 60,000
Okay.
Yeah.
With the discount.
with the discount.
So
And
it's
that was grass flaps on all of them, accelerators. I mean, we kind of
12K a unit. But here's the problem. So you have 2 on. You have 1 sitting at the shop. 2 on.
we have a 36 and 252s on one crew and 252s on the other.
How many crew? I mean, you can't. They're not all mowing at the same time.
So the
Used.
36. I mean, we bought the
It's
standard
used
B.
depending.
It's only has the rest of them have about 40 hours on it right now. It has about 20. So
it
we
gets
can use.
the guys took it off the truck because they used to weed eat backyards that they couldn't get the mowers in, and they would pull off the weed eaters.
I know.
And so I was like,
Saves so much time.
it saves the weed eaters. And so we talked to them. We sat down. So we had our Walker mower too, which we ended up getting rid of. We sold it and the Skags, and we were
Did
like,
you sell the Walker?
we did,
Yeah, we
yeah.
did.
How much you get for it?
What
40,
we paid for it.
4,500. So we broke
That's
even
good.
on it. We put
A
I
lot
think
of
like
hours
600
on it.
hours on
That's
it.
fantastic.
So
Walkers are finicky.
Yes.
I
They're-
sold mine too for about what I paid.
They're
just so expensive.
they're
to
so
fix.
expensive to fix, and they're slow
and touchy.
and
Yeah.
very touchy. And like if you like, we use it mainly for leaves, but the problem was with leaves, and
The freaking vac.
the vac will get stuck or the
So
something
annoying.
happens. You gotta have somewhere to dump the leaves, and then
Walker, if you're listening, okay, Walker mowers, you make the best unit, but it's the worst to keep up with.
Yeah.
And they came out with it. I don't know if you've seen it, the new C23.
No,
It's
I've
their
seen it.
new like
Commercial model.
We
and
actually
it has like a double the size of the blower of the T that we're used
like
to.
you open it up and like it's like, I mean, what does it say? Like 40% less parts or 30%?
How much
getting-
does it cost? A house?
Oh, like 18 or
It's actually
20.
less than the T's now.
Which is weird.
Yeah, which is
so they've
super
made
weird.
this. They're trying to compete with the people that are like like
Yeah,
our
because they're too
because
expensive.
they're too
Correct.
expensive. So they're having to lower their prices and make more simple machines
They have
to try to
to.
get people to buy them.
But then the repairs are $800
Exactly.
every time you take
every time
it
you
in.
touch it.
Every time.
Every time you touch
If you
it's about
touch
$800.
if you touch a tree, like
Yeah.
boop, $800.
$800.
Oh yeah.
Every time.
So like we
So,
can't.
anyways,
So we
so
can't.
you got 5 units now.
Yep.
You put nothing down, right?
No, put
No,
15 down.
15,000 down.
That's
so
what we
it's
sold
45's the
those.
balance.
Sold the V rides for it. Yeah.
All right.
Payments like $9.90
Yeah,
a
a
month
month for all of them.
for all of them.
Don't tell me the zero interest thing because you know it's not true, right?
It's not.
not.
It's 1.99.
They got you, so it's not your dad didn't co-sign.
So, no. So he did. So they either could do 0% or 1.99. The 0% finance fee was more than
I
the
know, that's-
1.99%.
I did this on an episode, Mac.
Yeah.
Remember this? I talked about this.
Uh-huh.
It was with Sheffield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's always Sheffield Financial.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope they see this. Sheffield Financial, as you guys know, is
Yep.
the number 1
Yep.
financing for mowers.
Yep.
And they do. You guys are the first ones to catch
So
it.
shout out to like my sales guy at Landscaper Supply.
told you the truth.
Was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's gonna be cheaper if you go with the.
Was it like 3%? Did it come out to like 3%?
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
finance?
With
So
the
we were like,
finance
all right, we'll do the 1.99.
No one reads it.
Oh,
It
no.
says in there like fees up front was like what, $1,500?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, but 0% interest or whatever.
Correct.
It's like, well, that 1,500, if you spread it out, it's like 1.8% or whatever.
Yeah, correct.
I'm
So
not doing the math here.
so it was cheaper to do the 1.99. The payment's like $900 a month. And,
36 months?
36 or 48?
No, 48.
48.
I'm doing the
48.
math in my head right now. 48.
And we
You
have
know, the people listening, okay, we have like, I'm not going to say how many listeners, but it's like substantial.
Yeah.
Okay. They're all like 30 to 45 years old.
Yeah.
You know, their hearts right now are like thinking that 18-year-old's
18-year-old,
finances.
so we came.
Because what else do you have financed?
The only other things we have are our 2 trucks
MT.
and the
And
MT.
MT's
All the other
financed.
trucks, everything else is cash.
And the trucks. Are those paid down a lot or no?
Me and Brett, our trucks are like $500 a month combined.
500 bucks a month.
Okay.
So those aren't bad at all. But
You guys are a little comfortable with this for me. I'm about to be that Caleb Hammer guy on the financial audit. You been seeing that guy? He's this big YouTuber who does like financial audits.
Yeah.
Can you stop doing this or what? Are we good? Are we done here?
Yes.
that's
so
everything we're
We've
buying
capped
this
out
year.
there.
Because you're at like 130K, I bet.
Yeah. It's like right
Trucks.
at it. Yeah.
Right
it's
at
like
it?
right
it's
at
like
it.
right at it.
About
Actually, it might
120.
be a little less.
It's like
but I'm trying
120, 100.
Done this once or twice.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think
Alright.
the math in my
No
head.
more.
But like,
So the goal. So we've always told
You
ourselves
could
the
pay
goal.
this off by the end of the year.
So the goal for at least we're going to try to pay the trucks off and we're going to pay down the MT. The mowers at the $900 a month. We wanted to break it down so that we make each of our mow crews
The mower
just
payment doesn't scare me. To be
No,
honest with
the
you.
mowers-
I don't want people taking that I like
Correct.
debt.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. I don't. You know
Correct.
that. But that doesn't scare me that bad.
correct.
The big payments that hurt your cash flow and how depreciating the trucks are is what I don't like.
The trucks are the one that's our lowest payment, and we knew going into it we put as much down as we could. Actually, we just put what we sold our other trucks for.
Yeah, but your cash flow is good right now.
Yeah. So, and we knew that those were gonna we had to have those to continue to be able to get places. And we have 3 other trucks.
You have 3 other trucks?
yeah.
Yeah.
Those
and
are all
those
paid for?
Yeah,
all paid
yeah. We
for.
pay cash for our work trucks. So
Man, so
I won't
good.
buy a work truck that's not in cash.
I know.
So it's
So
to me that's easier.
let me ask
but-
one more question before we kind of get into like specific questions for y'all. Guys, if you're like me, one of the biggest things that helped me in my business is community as a business owner. I think it's very, very important. At the Green Up Academy, we are all about coaching, community, and courses. The courses are free. Y'all go check those out anytime, making a free account. Well, our community is what we call our crew. It's $139 a month. There's multiple Zoom calls per month to help each other grow together. We got Facebook group private. We've got webinars. We've got extra bonus stuff, all this good stuff, guys. We really want to have you, especially if you have multiple crews. We're forming a new group right now. So come be a part of what we're doing. We're going to have a sweet meetup at Equip as well. But come join us and hit me up. You can join the first one for free. I don't care. We just really want to continue to grow this. So you guys check it out, us at thegreenupacademy.com. Go check out our crew, and we'll see you soon. So your customers, when they call,
Yep.
how many objections do you have or weird looks when you guys show up?
I don't really tell anybody our
No,
age.
I know that. I'm saying when you show up.
Some people
A couple.
ask.
Like one lady yesterday asked me where the boss was,
And you
I was,
shouldn't.
and I was like, that would be me. She was like, oh, you're Jack Freeman, and I was like, yeah. And she's like,
you
"You're-"
guys do have older people names, Jack and Brad.
Yeah.
So like that's also
So they walk
funny.
me around, and then the lady's like, how old are you?
We get a lot of like. Is this your dad's company and you just run it? I was like, no, he
so
works for
good.
us on like during the summers.
Give
and
me a couple
stuff.
more. I want to. This
let's
is so
see.
good.
We've gotten some.
This your dad's company?
Yeah, we got a lot of this is your dad's
I don't know if it's
company.
just us, but we get asked for a lot of references. I don't know if it's because we show up and we look so young,
It is why.
Yeah.
but like,
For
because like I'm
sure.
sure not everybody's getting his asked for as many references.
Nobody wants to give 15 grand to 18
No,
year
but
old.
like so now we've had some, so we require 50% deposit on every project. So we've had a couple that we get the deposits, and then we kind of like show up out there, and then they're like, "Wait, how old are y'all?" And we're like, we had someone who were 17. We're like, yeah, we're 17. They're like, I just paid a $10,000 deposit
That's
to these
so
people.
funny.
Yeah,
So like, I mean, there's
Boss
some.
too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
It's
like,
gotta be a good feeling.
it is. I mean, and like,
But
it's,
you get numb to it.
yeah, I would say
you
like
get
it's,
used to
at
it.
some point it's just like,
It's just business.
yeah. I mean, like we just got to do what we got to do, and I mean, if people ask for references, we just send them. I mean,
Yeah, just have like you should just have one in your binder.
oh, for
Here you
sure.
go.
Yeah, we
Just
do.
print it out.
Yeah, we Yeah,
Have you seen the movie Benchwarmers?
I haven't. No.
There's a funny scene in there where these old guys are playing these little kids and they're beating them. And it's the point of the movie is these 3 old guys. Anyways, so this guy pays this Latino guy to come like be awesome and beat the old guys. And he hands a birth certificate over to him that says, I am 12. That's all it says. And so that's like, you should have a reference sheet that's like, I am good at my job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So funny.
for sure.
So anyways, okay, that's crazy. So you're using Jobber.
Yep.
Love Jobber.
Yes, for sure.
So that's great. What other things are y'all doing technology wise, tech services wise? Like how are you mainstream like QuickBooks?
So QuickBooks paired
Talk through what all you use.
QuickBooks paired with Jobber. We started getting a MailChimp paired with Jobber to kind of just update people. We only send the newsletter like every other week. We could probably do weekly,
Bi-weekly's fine.
I say we do it every other week. And we just kind of helps connect because we get a lot of
You realize how many people don't even send emails?
yeah.
So that you just went, yeah, we only do it bi-weekly.
Well, and we have a lot of people like in Jobber, like our request a quote form from Jobber is implemented in our website.
Yeah.
So
we paid a lot of money
anybody-
for our website to
who
get
built
it.
it?
Some local person.
Okay, all right.
And they did a pretty good job on it. I think SEO probably could have been a little bit better, but organically we get a lot of hits
We
already.
get a lot.
And so like you had posted one time like you had a social media coordinator or something, a girl.
Yeah.
Still doing that?
No, I have a
New
guy
guy.
that does
The
it
guy
now.
that does it.
Yes.
He works for y'all or
Works for it's kind of like a sub.
side hustle for him?
Yeah.
Sub?
He
So
does like car photography and does a lot of stuff like that. He actually worked for us in the field not too long ago. I guess
So
last
he doesn't.
year.
Who runs? Do y'all run Google Ads yet?
No, we don't run any.
Wow.
No Google ads.
So we get about 15 leads a week with nothing.
nothing.
Like even if we don't post on Facebook, no Facebook ads, nothing. 15 leads a week,
So good.
and that's just from like media. That's just
Yeah.
from search. Like
That's just for being local and
Yeah.
being
yeah, I
around.
say we'll have
trucks.
people. We probably have 5 people that stop our trucks so that's 20. I mean, I guess 20 good
It's
leads
amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
every week.
And like so, like all these people that we put them in the Jobber app. So we're doing 150 properties weekly cutting.
Your email database has got to be.
But we got, like-
600-700.
Yeah, but we got like 560 people in the app.
Awesome.
And so like everybody gets an email. So like it's not like,
Yeah.
even if you declined our quote, you still
Yeah,
get updated with it. And like we do a lot of things like just giving like incentives to like existing customers. Like we've switched everything over to like 80% everything's 12-month contracts now.
Heck yeah.
So
You know I love that.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we like stuff like that. Like if you sign like a 12-month with us, then you get
What's the severance? What happens if they cancel?
for like
30-day notice.
30-day
30
notice. 30 notice for everything.
If they don't, you charge them a month.
Yes.
Have you had that happen yet?
Yes.
Yes, for a
Charge
church.
them?
Yep.
The
Yes.
church did.
Yeah,
Yep.
a church.
And
Ooh.
pastor
And he
was not
argued
happy.
with it because it was like 600 a month, and that we told him 600 a month. You cancel. We cut it.
Unless that you mess something up.
Correct.
Is that in your contract?
Yes.
Unless you cause damage or something.
Correct.
Yeah.
Unless we,
So
there
we
was
got
no
out there
damage.
and we got out there the first time and the guy was like, you didn't do this, you didn't do this, you didn't do this. So Brad went out there, we sent the crew back out there, we're like, all right, hit all these spots. And so then he called us back again the next week. He's like, you didn't do this, you didn't do this.
Pastor?
Yes.
Yes.
And
Small
Brad
church.
yes.
And Brad went back out there. Brad went back out there and sat with the guy, or like sat and watched the crew.
And I
Brad's
basically-
like, this is everything
I was like,
we
this
do.
is maintained for like your property
It's ridiculous.
fits like I mean, it looks really good compared. I mean, like this place is
what was he
weeds,
complaining about?
full of weeds. Okay, but I think I don't know if it's running low in funds or how he figured out, but 600 a month. I think he took that as $150 a cut. Well, of course I sent him the final invoice and he's
Bi-weekly?
trying to weekly. And he starts trying to like he sent me a check for I think the final thing was like $600 and he sent me a check for $450. And I was like, yeah.
He was like, you only cut it 3 times, not 4. And Brad was like, see, that's not the deal here. Like,
And because
it's a monthly
like for like
price.
the contract, it says like you get the 30-day notice. But since I technically let him go, I didn't.
Yeah.
We just got rid of him.
Yeah.
But I sent him the
Just
invoice
bite the
for.
bullet
but
on
I-
150.
that's what we're
But
doing. at this
I was
point,
like,
but-
you don't like. I already. I was like, never mind. You know
Well, that
what?
is the one negative, right? Like, dude, anybody in this listening to this, watching this on YouTube right now, or when we air it, is gonna go, dang, I'd love to have a $700,000 business at 18. But the negative and the big negative, not negative, the
Oh, yeah.
challenge
Yeah.
is the age,
Oh yeah.
and it's not fair.
No, I say
Right?
people take it different ways. I mean, like we have so many customers that, I mean, I've customers that I've never met. They don't know how old I am.
They
They
don't
pay
care.
every. They don't
They don't
care.
care.
It's
I have
all
people that
card
know
on
how old I
file,
am.
so.
They don't care. I mean, we put card on file for pretty much everything, so everybody's getting billed.
You eating the fee?
On smaller
smaller
stuff.
stuff, not on big projects.
It's a
But
tough one.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
is.
tough one, but at the end of the day, it makes our lives like it saves me so like time's money, and it saves me time not having to go in a jobber.
It does.
And go in there and make like mark invoices is paid. And that's one thing, like even from last year to this year, like I didn't realize like this, like we've grown. Like I've already made what we made last year, this year.
But if if you did ACH through QuickBooks, you can save it there.
You can save it there. But really,
I wish Jobber would make a part that they could add the fee. So if Jobber's listening,
Megan, Jobber sponsors the show.
Okay.
So
there you go.
we need them to do that. We will email her today after this.
Yeah.
I wish that they would do ACH for the 1%, because at 1% you'll eat, or you'll roll into your costs.
For sure.
But like credit card fees, man, are almost 3%.
Yep.
I mean, if your margin, if you're trying to make 15, 16% net, it's 20% of your margin.
Yeah.
It's a lot, man.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. Let me ask you some Gen Z questions here.
Okay.
I need honesty. I just read a study before y'all got here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Because I have three small kids, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like super concerned about, and I had employees that were 20 to 40 years old, mostly 20s.
Yep. For sure.
I just read this. This is crazy. Did you know what the number one concern is for Gen Z?
No. I don't even
Guess.
Like lack of work,
No,
probably.
guess what it is? Think again. Don't think out of you guys, trades guys, blue collar smart guys. Think about all your friends who are like snowflakes. If you guys know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what?
Climate change. That's the number one concern.
Are you for real?
That was the study.
Oh, that's
The study about climate change.
I was
Okay.
gonna say.
Which every year someone says the world's going to end and climate change
every
is
year.
gonna over. All right. Guess what the turnover rate is? Guess what percentage of people will leave their job every 2 years in Gen Z?
In 2 years?
Yeah.
what
like
percentage
job.
of people?
Yeah.
Oh, like 65.
40.
Okay.
40%. So
Well,
That's-
my friends leave their jobs a lot, but that's
Yeah.
So I want to get to that. We're going to take a break here in a second, but I want to get to how you think you're going to have a sustained business when most of your employees are going to be Gen Z coming up.
Okay. All right.
Guys, we're going to take a quick break here on the Green Up Academy podcast here with Brad and Jack Freeman from Southern Stripes Lawn and Landscape in Greenville, South Carolina. You guys stay tuned. We will be right back. Guys, if you're like me, it's very, very difficult to do everything in your business. And marketing is one of the most key things to your business to get great leads and continue to grow your business over time. And I've created a company called Pure Marketing that is rebranding tomorrow, if you listen to this on Thursday, but is rebranding to Backbone Creative, because we want to work with companies that are the backbone of their industries and communities, just like you. So if you're looking for SEO help, Google Ads management, reviews, social media management, website customization and creation, we do it all for you at a very affordable price, about half of what a full-time employee would cost you. So you guys make sure, I want to do an audit for you for free. You might not need our services, but I want to do it for free. So if you use the code GREENUP through our online new website or anywhere, then I'll do a free 30-minute call with you, an audit of your marketing stuff, and we really want to help you. So very, very affordable, very, very awesome services to take your Green Street business to the next level. So check out Backbone Creative. Thank you guys again so much.
I'm convinced that all girls are needy. So like, it's just how needy and how crazy.
And the hot
are
crazy
you.
matrix is a real thing.
I have no. Okay, we're not clipping this. What is the hot crazy matrix?
Oh,
never
just
seen the
just
hot-
Talking about as hotter they get, the crazier.
Yeah, the
they
harder
are?
they get, the crazier they get. My employees
haven't
will go
seen
with
it-
all of this.
If you haven't seen it, you gotta.
I
look it up.
haven't. My wife, I think, is gorgeous, and she's not crazy. So what about that?
Then that's what is it?
Is there an
It's a
outlier?
unicorn?
Is it
It's
called
a-
an outlier?
It's a unicorn.
A unicorn.
Yeah, you gotta look this up later. But
It's a YouTube video. It's a guy in a class
Okay,
that
let's think
teaches
about
it.
this though. Is there any chance that, I don't know, you guys are the richest 18-year-olds I know, and you might attract some crazy girls who want
It's Jack's
Louis Vuitton?
girlfriend. No, it's probably Jack's girlfriend that does that.
No,
Nah, but not really.
No, I
Like,
mean, it's
they gotta
kinda-
put up with a lot of crap though, because like I'll go over like my girlfriend's 20, so she lives by herself. Like she has a roommate, so like
gets
I'll
better.
go over.
This gets
Brad's
better
into
and
really
better.
old girls, guys.
This gets better and better.
So I'll go over
She's
her-
a cougar.
Yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
she knows.
yeah.
Oh yeah, she knows it too. So like she.
She in college at Clemson or something?
No, she goes to Greenville Tech, but she
Okay.
works like a full-time job. But she's a waitress like at
You
night.
got the type of girlfriend that has like Social Security and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, she's really old. I'm joking.
Yeah. But
You don't even know what that is.
Yeah, unfortunately I do, but that's just because my grandma's old. But
Should be getting that check.
yeah.
yeah.
And so like I'll go over to her house like while she's at work and just sit there and do like invoices and quotes.
So, but this is what is weird about Gen Z. Going back to what I said before the break, okay? That you guys are a lot to handle because you like to work is weird.
Yeah.
Like that people that
It's
like
not people like don't think of like
that people think. And I'm not talking about overworking. I'm not talking about working 14 hours a day, 7 days a week.
heck no.
But that girls or friends or people
Oh yeah.
would rather you like go out and do whatever on a
sure.
Friday night or go. I don't even want. I'm not where you're 18. We're not going to assume you're doing that.
No.
But rather than doing invoices at Friday at 8:00 at night.
Oh yeah.
Is so bizarre. Like I don't understand.
It's
that.
like if
But,
I
like,
go over to my girlfriend's
your friends
house,
make fun of you, probably.
if I go over to my girlfriend's house, like 90% of the time, I take my Mac with me and sit there and send
It
quotes all
stays
night.
all night.
So okay, so I'm
So
sure
sorry
you
to
got
my-
made fun of a lot. Let's talk about this for a second because I'm
Yeah.
a big anti-bullying guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did people make fun of you guys like quite a bit at 13, 14, 15?
Absolutely.
For like, you guys are lawn guys. Like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And I got a
nerds.
graduation invitation from each one of them, only because I know that I make money.
Oh yeah. Everyone that did it
Oh,
sent me.
that's
I have
crazy.
got-
I've gotten
gotten-
asked from jobs from more people in the last 2 years.
You-
If I could employ,
so when did people start realizing to go from like picking on y'all for being the lawn bros to like, dude, these guys are legit?
pretty
When
much
did
as
that
soon as
happen?
we had like 3 trucks and like
Yeah,
I
like,
had,
once
I got my nice truck, which I have
Nobody
now.
makes fun of y'all at all anymore.
No, no.
But like, you got picked on probably. Like
yeah,
for real.
sure. Oh yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
what was the worst thing someone said?
I mean, people just talk about like just not inviting me to stuff because like not inviting because they're like, oh yeah, I thought you'd just be working, which I probably was working,
It's
but
not picking on you. I'm asking. That's like.
But,
whatever.
like-
I'm saying, did someone ever say something? And I'm interrupting you because I really
Yeah.
want to know. No one ever said like you guys are nerds for caring.
Oh,
about
yeah,
lawn
Yeah,
mowing.
because
And,
like
like,
we would watch
YouTube.
YouTube videos in class on
Yeah.
lawn care. They were like, "Why are you watching that?"
or
You
they'd
watch
watch
something.
our YouTube videos, which are atrocious, so no one looked that up. But people would say stuff about that stuff like, why are you even doing that?
Yeah.
But I mean,
How'd
like,
you get past that?
Just keep-
dad. Did dad like
not really. I think it was just like
I was
I wanted to prove them
Because
wrong.
you guys are grown up and like I'm saying this Gen Z stuff
Yeah.
because you guys are in the hardest generation there's ever been.
for sure.
oh yeah.
And I don't even want to know if you guys comment search and stay on there for 30 minutes and read them all and stuff. But
Maybe
what
we
you're
do that
able
today.
to learn about yourself from other people's opinions, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
is scary, dude.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, that you guys push through that is so awesome.
Yeah, I've
It's-
kind of never been like a person to like let other people's opinion affect me, and that's a hard thing to tell people in this generation. It's like, because I mean, I tell people that all the time. People are like,
His
"Oh, this
girlfriend
kid."
included.
Yeah, multiple people, but yes, that
Credit
included.
that to your faith, your parents,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, kind of both.
I'd say both. Just knowing
Because you guys
that,
are
like,
active in church, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
What church is it?
we go to like Simsville First Baptist Church.
Yeah.
I guess now it's like Upstate Church.
Yeah, Upstate Church. I know it.
But
It's a great church.
it is. And there's a lot
Yeah,
of
they just did rebrand, didn't they?
they
Yeah.
rebranded. Now they got like 7 locations.
I grew up
but-
Baptist, so I kind of like,
No, all the
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like kind of just a little mixture of both, and just knowing that like I had like an end goal or like what I wanted to do, and just knowing that I could.
nothing's going to stop
Nothing
you.
was gonna stop me until I really got there.
Yeah.
So
How did you guys do it as brothers? Okay, I have twin brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're 2 years younger than me.
This is a
Is
good
this the hard
conversation.
part?
I was
Oh, yeah.
the harder part. Yeah.
It's working together
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not killing
Oh,
each
yeah.
other?
And like with like last year when we ran 2 crews last year after school. We got at 12 and like one person would go do landscape and one person do mowing. And that worked really, really well.
We weren't
because
working
we weren't
together
working
every day.
together.
It was amazing.
And then we hired full-time guys. And I will say last fall was a little bit bumpy because we worked together pretty much every day doing like install stuff.
we were in every class together at school together.
And then we turn around.
Then we would go work together, and then we would be at home together every
Yeah.
night.
So that's what it kind of got a little bumpy. So like we've had to like divide up like we were talking about earlier. His next week's his first week gonna be in the office and doing sales.
How
and
did that
management.
conversation come up? Based on talents or based on
'Cause he
desires?
sucks at
I was
project
told that
management.
I'm not a very good project
So you're
manager.
going to be in the office.
Correct.
So you're the detail guy.
Yes.
Yeah, this is where I want
Detail.
to
So I'm
I'm
more
to
the
know who's good at what and what each other likes. There's a difference.
So it's
What
not
you like,
office
what you
work is
do.
not my favorite thing. I've been better at sales since we started.
say sales is sales.
So
is
he
what
knows.
excels
So
in.
basically, what I was told. Well, what I was told. What we kind of agreed on. I'll say what I was told. But you
Okay.
know, it was kind of more of like.
Wait. No. I want to know your opinion, and then I want you to tell me your opinion on him.
So basically, I was like, we have a new guy. His name's Reed. Shout out to Reed. Reed's amazing.
If you want to leave names out, always just use the first letter, just so you know. If there's a story to tell.
Okay, yeah.
Not Reed, because we love Reed.
We love Reed.
I'm just saying.
I love all of my guys, so I'm not sure if any of them are listening, but I love them all.
They will probably listen.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was kind of told, we've both been managing projects. I would run the projects that I quoted and I closed, and Brad would run his. So I was always running more projects because I was closing more jobs. So
he was closing more jobs because his phone number is on everything, guys. So remember, he gets to keep the jobs that he wants to go
So basically, I sent Brad all the
Fair.
hardscaping projects that were harder to close, and then I took the other ones. So I took all my jobs. We did projects, but like I'm not the best at like finding all the materials and everything. I could find the prices on them, but then I'd be like, oh crap, that job's tomorrow, and I have nothing.
Correct.
Brad's
So
better
he's
at
not
that,
detailed.
And not organized.
and I'm not near as organized as Brad.
And I realized that he's like you guys said, he's really good at selling jobs.
very good.
Now, some of his selling strategies are a pain in my butt. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, let me hear the first one.
Oh,
I make
unreasonable promises.
Like what?
Like what size tree we can put in these people's yard, and then he gives me. Then I look at the quote and I'm like, Jack, that
Not
tree costs
possible.
the same thing. Or like, yeah, we could put a tree in. I'm like, Jack, we're gonna have to tree spade that
No,
thing.
that's not my biggest one. My biggest one's telling them it can be
Or
done at a
timelines.
certain time.
Timelines, that's a
and then
good
it's
one,
like
too.
Brad's
3
like,
weeks later.
Brad's like, there's no way this is gonna match.
I mean, we're booked out in project work till like the end of June, okay? And Jack will be like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we can fit in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah,
I'm
like you can do this thing where you say, you know what, on timeline, we'll get back to you. I'll call you tomorrow.
Oh, I do.
He does, and then he calls him and still tells him 3 weeks so he can get the job. But
Okay.
we've started.
So here's the problem.
I've started taking the deposit before I tell them the time frame.
But here's the issue: if you're going to do admin and sales, you're going to be doing the same problems because you're going to be one telling people what times they're coming.
Yeah, exactly. So I can have to figure that out. But that's like my goal for next week is to kind of sit down and figure all that out.
Well, all right.
And I
let me
wouldn't
do
call
some
him-
psychology work.
And
on
I wouldn't
you.
call him admin either because I do all of the admin work.
Well, that doesn't make sense. If you're going to be project managing, how are you going to do all that, man?
Because he sucks at it.
No, you gotta.
Yeah,
So,
so I'm gonna
Sales. He's managing. I wouldn't say he's managing like mowing and then customer communications and problems.
Well, let's think through
Yes.
this real quick.
Yes.
Okay. There's two sides to this coin: in the field and out of the
Yes,
field.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So if you're better with the guys managing customer relations in person, projects,
Yep.
making sure quality control is good,
Yep.
do all that.
Yep.
Then you have to do sales, admin, marketing.
Yep.
Customer service.
So he's
Yeah,
doing
customer
marketing.
service.
He's good at
Answer the
marketing.
phone.
He's good
Answer
at
the phone.
marketing. Yeah.
Okay. And if you need to be more detailed, the way a detailed person becomes good at not being detailed is putting parameters on yourself, meaning look at the schedule, and if it doesn't have room, you can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
Yeah.
So like then put it over here and then get
Yeah.
back with him when you have your daily meeting.
Mhm.
Yep.
Hey, here's what. So like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
what are you just don't want to lose the job?
No,
No,
but his sales rate's like 95% for the year. Like, I mean, it is crazy, like unheard of high.
I
Yeah.
close a lot of jobs.
A lot of jobs.
A lot.
And so that's
How do you guys know your numbers?
a lot through Jobber, like QuickBooks Jobber, and then I'm kind of a math nerd.
You know what your break even cost is per day? I asked you this one time.
Yeah.
You didn't know.
And so, like, I did actually did the
Brad's a
math
numbers nerd. He's
on the way up here, and because
He knew I'd ask.
yeah, I did know he'd ask. So like per hour for we do it per crew because each crew has 2 people on it.
Fair enough.
We need to be doing about it's like it's like $80. I think 83 is what it really came out to. And we try to do $1,500 a day per crew. Sometimes it slacks off a little bit. So
You're at $83 a day.
yeah,
$83 an hour is so high.
that includes
Break even?
that includes their labor,
Oh, no.
taxes, insurance, and fuel for 2 crews as well.
Something's high, boys. I mean, that's a lot to break
Yeah.
even.
It's $83.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's
Per crew.
I mean, you got to be at is that dead time included? Do you understand what I mean by that?
Like drive time. Yeah.
Yeah, morning hour in the morning, hour in the
Yep.
afternoon. I mean, you got to be at. I guess if you're doing $70 a man hour at 140, that leaves. I don't know. That seems hard. Seems. I got to look at that with you. Anyways, we good. We good, Mac?
Yeah.
All right. I have a couple more questions. I know we could talk about this stuff all day,
Oh yeah.
but okay. The last thing I noticed about Gen Z in the study I read and I'd love for y'all to, if you're open and vulnerable enough to talk about it, is 3 out of 5 Gen Zers struggle with anxiety. That was the study, the last thing I read. Yep. Have you guys dealt with any of these things, like anxiety, depression, all these hot words?
No, I would just say I get stressed out, which I mean, I don't think it's like really a new one. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people.
Snap. You snap? Do you guys yell at each other? You get stressed?
Yes, sometimes. And my mom hates it, but I was
Mm-hmm.
like, my dad understands that me and Brad work with each other every day. We're gonna get mad at each other. But like, my mom watched us like get mad at each other and like yell at each other the other day, and she was like, "This is so." I was like, "No,
toxic."
I was like, "We do this like once a week, and then it's like in an hour
later
we're
good.
fine." I was like, "We do this. We have an argument."
Later. You guys are like best friends, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so cool.
I call him probably 25 times.
My twin brothers are best friends, through and through, and I think that's the way brothers are supposed to be. I mean, I think it's awesome. But I would say, like, if I can give you anything advice, obviously business, you're doing great. You don't really need a ton of that. I know your dreams, we could talk about that. I know it's to go do this for the Corey Ballard route, right?
Yeah.
So, you want to go bigger and grow and have a big facility and all that. I'd say the one thing that if you can really try to figure out early is if you're going to have this much quote unquote success early, you need to really have a game plan for what you want life outside of business to look like. Because like my wife and I got married young. So I was 23, she was 21.
Yeah.
So in the next couple of years, that could be you.
Yeah.
And it gets different when you get married, and then it really gets different when you have kids.
Yeah. Sure.
So like, I worked really crazy until we had our first child in 2019.
Yeah.
So I started 2017. So I was 2.5 years in. But really, the first year of her being a baby, it's still easy because she just sleeps and eats, right?
Yeah.
So 2020 is when it like, oh, I can't work like that anymore.
Crazy hours.
Yeah. And I gotta whatever.
Yeah.
So I would say just start kind of thinking about, we call it the ripple effect. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
When you throw a rock in a pond, what happens?
It ripples. Yeah.
And everyone looks at the rock, but you should look at the ripples.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what's coming out from that cause.
Yep.
So, okay, if I do this, what are the ripples of that? That's why it's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We talk about it all the time. It's something that's common language for us here at Backbone and Green Up Academy is, all right, that's your rock. What's the ripples?
Yep.
If you do this, what are the ripples?
Yeah.
And so I want you to kind of write those stuff. Like I want y'all to do that.
Yeah. For sure.
And I want to talk to you about it off air sometime.
Yeah. For sure.
Of if you do this, what's going to happen? Or if, one of you gets married and she has a nursing job and she wants to move an hour away.
Yeah.
Just kind of think through that. Or are y'all like nailed down in Greenville?
We're nailed down in Greenville.
Yeah, I figured you were. I mean, your mom and dad are there.
Oh yeah, I say everybody's.
We're nailed down here. Like I'm not going anywhere. I'm from Chapin, born and raised.
Yeah.
My wife's from downtown though.
Yeah.
All our family lives here.
Yep. Oh yeah, exactly.
We would love to live in the mountains or the beach. We go to the beach a lot, but I don't want to move there. I want to like have a month there at a time type thing. But yeah, what questions do you have for me? What things do y'all want to talk about, just discussions wise that we could?
Do you want to talk about the shop? I know
Let me
you said
let me hear about
that. So we're in the process of
this
relocating.
will help with my office job too.
This is kind of it's all going to be happening in the next, I would say, 2 months.
Okay.
We are moving into a new building. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the area. It's going to be right off Highway 14 and 85 intersect.
Very few people or listeners from South Carolina.
But it's really like high traffic area right on 85, so we can easily get to. We do some properties in Spartanburg, which are about 30 minutes, and we do some properties in Anderson, which are about 30 minutes just from this location. So it'll help being able to go back and forth, like interstate travel. And it's my concrete buddy has bought the building, and we get 2,500 square foot inside and a 4-acre fenced in lot.
For how much?
2,500 a month. It's expensive, but we're gonna put we get a sign on Highway 14, and that place. I mean, there's, 80,000.
Where do you currently run out of?
We run out of one of our customers, like kind of farmland
What's
area.
that cost?
Nothing.
No, I just wouldn't do it yet.
Yeah, that's what we've heard of. We've kind of gone back and forth and run the numbers on it.
Well, we're about to have to start paying what, $1,500.
We're gonna start paying $1,500 a month for the farm
place we're at right now. So it's either we bite it for $1,000.
Just do the math. It's 4% of your yearly revenue.
Yeah.
At the $2,500 a month
Yes.
right now.
Correct.
I think that's 4 or 5%.
Yeah,
I was
Yeah,
doing the math.
roughly, yes.
And then so that's you cannot afford that yet. Now if you have to make that decision soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why $2,500?
Well, that's not the.
So that's
trying to
what,
get that
that's
down
what
a little bit.
we're trying to.
Why not rent an acre from the back and paint the acre and say we want this for now and office later?
Because
See,
we need the office now.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You need a office, not that office.
Well, we need something that's enclosed. If we go to open bodies on the
Bodies.
trucks, we need somewhere to keep our stuff. Because right now we only have open space outside.
I mean, it looks like a.
and it's a
junkyard.
nightmare.
It
It's
looks-
container.
We've looked at containers.
We'll go look at mine outside in a second.
All right.
Yeah, and we've kind of just tried to weigh our options with that.
$2,500
Yeah, for sure.
to buy it forever.
yeah.
And we've kind of like looked at that, and we've been really good buddies with this concrete guy. So we've kind of been able to talk to him about maybe the place needs a lot of work. So
Work out a
there's
deal with them.
That's what we're gonna try.
There's
to
a
do.
deal. I mean, it needs a lot of
But
work.
what I'm saying is like, look, if you have the key, if you have everything locked, on the, you
Yeah.
said you have Green
yeah,
Touch.
Green Touch
Yep.
racks.
If you have everything secure and you have a container for everything else, say, hey man, let's do this in 2 phases.
Yeah.
We want this for $800 a month for
Yeah.
the land in the
land,
back. And then there's room to expand there. Oh, obviously.
Obviously,
Correct.
And then the office you can't justify, but you can go rent something within a mile,
Yeah.
or you can get a shed and put it in the back there and run power to it. Like
Yeah.
I did. Do you remember seeing my first office?
Yeah, for sure.
That costs $8,000.
Yeah.
I just like it's a no brainer. I have one. I'll go show you the one at my house.
Okay.
That one's a little small, probably, but like that one only cost me. Remember when I bought it 20% off in the fall, dude? It's called creative finance. Is what I'm trying to get at. Mac knows this. Producer Mac. Like I'm about spending money.
Oh yeah.
Like we built this all out.
Yeah.
A year ago from now, and it's been very good.
Yes.
But we're almost outgrown this too. We've been talking about
Yeah.
it. So, but there's like
For sure.
I could have gone and got a lease then.
Correct.
But I did this now, and it's like make the best choices you can at the time
Yep.
for the ripple effect that I'm talking
Oh, yeah.
about.
Yeah.
I would not spend that, and that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
You guys are big boys; you can do whatever you want. But look at the hybrid model.
Yeah.
Get a little shed, finish it out.
For sure.
You own it. You can move it wherever you go.
Yeah.
And then, because how big is the office inside that he wants to rent you?
It's just 2,500 square
It's
feet.
too big. You don't need.
I said
that.
we're
So
gonna.
it's gonna split. So basically, what we're trying to figure out is he just bought the place, so we still have
I'll
stuff
drive
to
up
work
there.
out.
All right, I'll
Yeah.
come up and help you think through it.
So I'll say, we haven't gone inside. So basically, the building up top has a full finished office upstairs.
Sweet.
With 7,000 square feet for that guy. I'm pretty sure he's renting the back of that place out for his other buddy, but they've been buddies, whatnot. So he can take the back of that office, and then there's 2,500 square
How
feet.
old is this guy?
30.
30.
Okay.
And he's
All right.
he's pretty good.
He's
at
crushing
and
it.
Stuff.
Yeah.
So he does a lot of concrete.
Concrete's great business.
Concrete does
Huge
great money.
business.
Asphalt. I've been learning this. Asphalt, concrete,
And
like
the things we
drainage pipe.
It's crazy.
the
Like
things we should have
cables,
the things we should have gotten into.
stuff no one even knew about.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like concrete, like he
Pressure
has like
washing.
4 employees on staff
Yeah.
because he subs
Subs
out
it
all
all
the
out.
work.
Yeah, sub all out.
So like it's like he's his own project manager. He has 1 sales guy and like 2 office people. One's really just does marketing for him.
Yeah.
Yep.
So-
Our roof. We did marketing for a roofer, a good friend of ours, the last year or so.
Roofing's good money too.
They sub it all. They have 10 staff. They have a big company, like
Yeah.
multi-millions.
Yeah.
But like they're 12 workers or subs, but they have an agreement.
Yeah.
So like
They
where we
own-
sub people and they're like, we'll get to you when we can.
They do. They're only.
They're only with
Yeah.
them.
That's what.
Oh
And like
yeah.
he bought out this like
Yeah.
like he like
He owns the sub.
yeah he owns the sub.
It's a
and
separate LLC, but he owns
He
the
owns the
sub.
sub.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yep.
So-
That's the way our roofer guy had.
Yeah.
Like they don't do jobs for other people.
Correct.
Smart. I love it.
So,
So all right, cool.
So there's that.
I'll come up there and
Yeah,
we'll
come
check
So
on.
out the
basically, it's a
facility.
2,500 square foot basement.
and
I
it's-
want you to have a sick facility.
It's-
I don't want it to have you.
yeah, it's completely like bare right now. So we can kind
So
of.
that's why we're trying to work the price down because we're gonna have to do a whole bunch of work to get it.
Thousands,
where we want.
1,200.
That's it, and it's not gonna. I mean, obviously, we're not gonna bump in there and drop a whole bunch of money on it just to be like, all right, here's perfect setup. Like
It's
it'll
not
take
gonna
us a
be
year
that.
to get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And but the problem is where we're at right now. I mean, there's
We're
and
stuffed.
if you know the Greenville area, there's
Not very where to
stuff
go that you have outdoor parking and room because like we do.
We have the same issue.
I say we put some brush on site and then haul it to the dump. So they actually this place is 5 minutes from the landfill we dump at,
It's nice.
which is
Yeah, it's
amazing.
super nice.
It's about 9 minutes from our dealership down the road.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's a really really good location.
and
so
with the
for
rate
every
and with the rate we're growing, it's like it's like I don't want to buy or like rent a facility like because there's really either A, you can't find land to go put like a shed on or something that's not either crazy far out or like still expensive just for what it is, or and then like have somewhere or go rent a facility for a year and then outgrow it every year and then you gotta like redo everything. So
it's not as hard as you think to move.
Yeah.
If you do the container model, I promise. We had 2 of them.
Yeah.
I just sell them. I don't even want to move them. Y'all come pick them up.
Yeah.
And I'll just get them dropped new at the new place. Yeah. It took to move from our old facility. You weren't there, Matt, were you? It was right before Matt came. Probably took a week.
Yeah.
Isn't bad.
No, with all the stuff I had, 10 trucks.
That's what we've kind of been stuck on. It's like the guy that we rent the land from has the enclosed place. Yeah. It doesn't have, it's pretty open, bare bones. It's like a 3-car garage. Yeah. So the doors aren't high enough to fit very much stuff in, whatnot. I mean, you can fit a mower in there, but you can't fit about anything else. And so he wanted what, 1,000, 1,200, something
1,200,
like that. And so we had that, and then we were like,
no storefront because it's next to a house,
next to an abandoned house. So we're like, okay, so
I'll just
now
come up there and we'll look through the options.
Sure. Yeah,
there's so many things.
That's the problem in the Greenville area. There's so many stuff that there's like, and we found a shop that's like, oh, this one's cheap, but it's 25 minutes away from anything we do. That's unreasonable and like not gonna.
Well, let me make sure I shout out. We're about to run out of time. Make sure tell us your social media so people can DM you and be like, you guys are crushing it. Yeah. Or hopefully, do you guys know about our Facebook group, Landscapers Lounge? You guys, you message all the time. It's getting good.
It is. Yeah. It is.
It's really starting.
I saw one this morning or something talking about daily averages or whatnot per crew. Yeah,
it's getting good. That group is growing. So guys, if you're listening, go check out the Landscapers Lounge. Where I was so frustrated with the other groups that make fun of people if they don't like. They tear people down.
Yeah.
Always.
Or like just post like, go grind today, boys. Yeah. I was like, I want a group that talks about real business stuff that you can read for 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, I learned something today. And that's what that group's becoming. We moderate it pretty strongly. So
that's good.
Y'all can message on the Landscapers Lounge questions for Brad and Jack. But
for sure.
What's your social handle so people can hit you up?
Instagram is southern.stripes. Facebook's the same thing, or just Southern Stripes Lawn and Landscapes. Sure. Yeah. And then our website and whatnot. Website's southernstripessc.com.
Sweet. So you guys have been awesome. I'm so proud of you guys. I mean, I've known you since you were literally 12 years old. Yeah. The one thing I'll leave you with that I think is huge and pivotal is remember how awesome it was that you had 2 parents that supported you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they motivate me to support. Like, you guys are where you are today because of hard work and what you guys wanted to do. But to have parents who didn't shoot your dreams down at 3 years old with bubble mowers and 12 years old when they dragged you or drove you to properties, like, that's just so sick.
So it was more like us dragging them around.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
My mom calls it.
Probably. Yeah, you probably owe mom and dad some gas money for sure.
Oh, we're redoing their backyard starting in a couple weeks. So that's their little present.
We're like hosting our graduation party, and I was like, all right,
we're redoing
it. I want to see pictures of that. That's awesome.
Sweet. It's about what, 500 square feet of Techo block pavers.
Oh yeah. Dad's probably about to be like, yo,
fire pit, sitting wall, you name it.
They just paid for the basic pavers. We're paying for everything else.
That's awesome.
We'll take care of it.
That's awesome. Well, this was great. This was really good. I think our listeners are going to get a lot. Listeners, a couple things. Make sure you go leave us a review wherever you listen to your podcast. Join the Landscapers Lounge. Make sure you get your free account at the Green Up Academy. Have you guys watched any of the courses yet?
I've watched a handful.
A handful of them. They're free. So just fill out an account. You got them for free. Shout out to Jobber. We love Jobber.
Oh, yeah,
Jobber, thank you so much for sponsoring the show, the Green Up Academy podcast. Ballard Products, Green Up 10, 10% off anytime. And then we're rebranding our marketing company next week. So check that out. When's this airing?
After rebrand.
After rebrand. So it would already be rebranded to Backbone Creative.
Actually, no.
Day of. Right around. Thursday before, producer Max says. So it'll be the next Friday. We're rebranding. We're excited. Backbone is kind of a blue collar thing. Yeah. We want to work with companies that have a strong backbone, matter to their communities. So check that out, y'all. If you want any marketing website stuff, SEO, let's talk about that. But this is Alex, Green Up Academy, Brad and Jack Freeman. Awesome guys. Y'all check us out every Monday and Thursday. See you next time. Thanks, guys.